Friends, this is Phuket. Europeans learned about Phuket in the Middle Ages. At that time, the island was one of the staging points for sailors traveling from India to China. Phuket was a vassal of the Kingdom of Nakhon Si Thammarat, a complex name for the territory where modern-day Thailand is located. In the second half of the 16th century, the Dutch came here and established a trading port in Phuket. Not only the Dutch, but also the Portuguese, French, and English competed for the monopoly of tin. It was one of the most turbulent periods in the island's history. After a century of calm, in 1785, Burmese troops invaded the island. Initially, they were victorious, waging the bloodiest war on Phuket. But thanks to the resistance organized by the island governor's widow and her sister, the Burmese army retreated. In the 19th century, Phuket faced a migration crisis. Large numbers of Chinese came here to work in the tin mines. There were so many that they replaced the island's population. The ethnic Malay people remained only in coastal villages. Traces of European and Chinese can now be seen in the historic part of Phuket town. Well, friends, we are in the Old Town. In Phuket Old Town, there is historical architecture. Not just historical, it's very interesting because it's in Chinese-Portuguese style. Yes, it's a hybrid architecture, a mixture of styles called Chinese Baroque. How did it come to exist? The Portuguese came here, did all sorts of things, business and the like, and the Chinese worked for them. So the Chinese took basic directions from their clients, the Portuguese, resulting in these 1- to 2-story houses with shops below and housing above. But the Chinese have also added their own elements to the European classical decor. The result is the Sino-Portuguese style, which defines the entire old center of Phuket, the capital city of Phuket. Interestingly, there are even a few places with pavements, which are an unthinkable luxury here. We're in Thailand, where pavements are usually a rarity. It's a pity that the Portuguese couldn't… Oh, for God's sake, stop your machine tool! Portuguese did a great job in bringing some of their architecture over. But what's more important for them? Their intricate pavement designs. Small marble pavings create amazing patterns everywhere. It all looks very good. But unfortunately, they don't have that here, so we can only admire these houses. Despite supposed protection, little authentic history remains, as interiors have been rebuilt many times. Overall, it looks historical, but finding authentic elements can be challenging. Phuket, of course, invites comparisons, and what comes to mind first is Bali. Or is it Bali? Similar climate, lots of familiar faces, beautiful scenery, fruits, weather. It's also an island. Everything is about the same. But last time I was in Phuket, I was struck by the local traffic jams. Now, of course, there are still traffic jams, but the traffic seems more organized. There is no collapse in the city center. Most people drive cars. There aren't many mopeds. There are even traffic lights and pedestrian crossings. Serious urban infrastructure isn't really a thing here, because that's not what they're about. Also, almost no one honks here. For a Thai to honk, you'd have to fall asleep at the traffic lights, stand for half an hour, and then maybe they'd gently go beep beep. Now let's talk about the sad part, the wires. Thailand, like some other Asian countries, is notorious for its clusters of wires, creating an effect as if you're walking through a giant spider web. It's all due to the wiring chaos. Various internet companies contribute to this. There are many providers, and when you move into an apartment, It's easier to add a new wire than to figure out the old setup. So, new wires keep getting added, old ones cut, and most of those wires you see on poles are useless. They tried burying them underground, but due to rains and poor construction quality of the wiring collector system, they constantly flooded and shorted out. So it's easier, faster, and cheaper to run them above ground. It's also quicker to repair them. It spoils the town look, but nothing can be done. Why am I singing? Because I'm anticipating success. I'll have success for lunch, dinner, and after. How can you come to Thailand and not enjoy Thai cuisine? I found a list of good restaurants and can't wait for amazing meals. Particularly interesting is the local Thai street food, which makes it into various guides, including the Michelin Guide, where you can find lots of different, cheap street food places. These street eateries aren't star-rated, but they are recommended. So, let's follow the recommendations and enjoy. The most popular Thai street food dish is noodles. You can have them plain, or with tofu, prawns, beef, pork, chicken, vegetables, and sauce. Street sweets also include sticky rice and roti, thin fried dough with fillings like banana, egg, or chocolate. In the center of Phuket, in the Old Town, there are several Michelin Guide listed places, apart from the usual star ratings, where restaurants are given 1, 2, 3 stars. There are other categories to keep things interesting. The restaurant we're at now is rated Bib Gourmand. It's named after Bibindum, the Michelin mascot, the famous inflated tire man. And then there's actually a separate rating for Bib Gourmand. It's good food for reasonable money. Let's try the salad. Lettuce, shrimp tails, cashews, and apple? And onions. Not bad. What I thought was an apple is actually a green unripe mango. What a surprise. There's another fish. We have 2 fish. One fish is covered in garlic. Fish, it's amazing. This, by the looks of it, is also fish. If one was covered in garlic, this one's some kind of onions and some kind of sauce. It's sweeter, like lemongrass. It's wonderful Phuket fish. After local dishes at a Michelin-listed establishment, I stumbled upon a Russian food shop and chatted with its owner, Anastasia. Tell me, what do you do? I'm in the business of making Russian food. There's pilomeni, cakes, pancakes, everything. Is it all made here? Yes, it's all made here. It's all made here. We deliver all over Phuket. What's the best seller? Nuts with caramel. Nuts with condensed milk? What about dumplings? I thought they were always popular. Dumplings are popular too, but they're not the best seller. How many do you make a day? We make them by hand and produce about 30 kg daily. When did you come here? In 2013. From where? Novosibirsk. Why? It's cold and gray there. Was it a spontaneous decision to come to Phuket? My friends called me to work here, also in a restaurant. I worked there for a short time and decided to start your business. Yes, I thought I'd be better off working for myself. How difficult is it to do business here? You have to work in a country where everyone is used to holidaying. That's hard. Do Thai workers eat Russian food? Or do they cook it but don't know what it is? Yes, they love honey cake, they love pancakes, they love our eclairs, caramelized condensed milk. I have Thais who buy borscht and olivier. We have Thai customers. Really? Yes, Thai nationals, yes. But mostly our clients Russian? Mostly yes, Russian speakers. Russian speakers, okay. Caviar? Yep, caviar. 1,600 for how much? 300 grams. How much is it in Vladivostok? I don't know, I haven't been there in a long time. Smelt fish, also from Vladivostok. Smelt from Vladivostok. There's flounder. Kitty, don't bark, don't swear. I think if you don't call her Kitty, she'll be calmer. Do you make your own pickles? Yes, we make our own pickles, tomatoes, cabbage. Kvass? Yes, that's kvass. Berry juice? Thai people make kvass. They make kvass? The Thais make it. Did they make it before or did you make them do it? No, not me. It was another guy. Oh, so he made them make kvass. A few decades ago. The boy's gone. The Thais left. Mr. Seed. Here are our handmade dumplings. Is that you? Yes. It looks just like you. Looks like me. Pork, chicken, and beef. 30 baht per kilo of awesome handmade dumplings. Do you want to buy some dumplings? Oh, you've got some? Great. Kefir, and sour cream. It's all made here. Does it really taste like sour cream? It does. Okay, we'll get sour cream. All right. Okay, there's cottage cheese. We make it ourselves. What's the right term? Curd, maybe? Okay, so I'm testing cottage cheese and Thai sour cream. It's not clear what percentage of fat it is. 20%. 20%. It doesn't look like 20% fat. It just looks very fatty. Let's try it separately first. The curd is wonderful. It's great. The cottage cheese is delicious. Let's try sour cream. Sour cream's good too. It's good sour cream and curd. It's really good. No, you're not going to miss anything. Semolina, millet, macaroni. We're just missing vodka. Where's the Borodino rye bread from? Wait. Oh, we have a wonderful girl, Irina Kristoyubova. She bakes us this lovely bread. Irina Kristoyubova is baking Borodino bread in Phuket. You came here, opened a business here, and made everyone do something for you. Well, yeah. You created a demand, and the demand was followed by supply. I think that's very good. I eat dumplings with sour cream. They're real dumplings. No tricks at all. It's delicious. So tell me, what's going on here? It's peaceful here. Loads of foreign agents here. Russians everywhere. Who does what? I'm a photographer. Marketing. Composing music for dance sports. Wow. Who has the most unusual occupation? Is there cartooning on Phuket? Yeah, we'll be... That's pretty good. Who else does what? I make pineapple kvass. Oh wow, pineapple kvass. Just like cold brew. I'll try it later. After the run, or you'll get gassy. Before the run, can you briefly tell me why you chose Phuket? It's a paradise on earth. And who has been to both Bali and Phuket? Everybody. Ah, everyone, okay. Why is Phuket better than Bali? You can't bring dogs to Bali? Because of the quarantine. Oh wow, why else? There are less coaches. Oh, okay, fewer coaches. Great. What else? Thais are cool. Thais are cool? They're very kind. Massage. Massage? The attitude towards tourists is better. Shops, shopping centers, traveling is easier. Healthcare is cheaper. And traveling. Ah, it's better. It's cheaper to travel. What else? The roads are good. Roads are good, okay. What's cleaner? Beaches. The beaches are cleaner. Yeah, in Bali the beaches look kind of sad. Is it fake? No, it's fine. I just washed it. This t-shirt gets copied the most. It's better than Balenciaga. I have to take a photo of you all, so I can count. How many people came? Yeah, that's right. We are in the 8th kilometer. There are fewer and fewer people, but the strongest are still here. So, my friends, the best people in Phuket are running on my right. The most athletic, the happiest, the prettiest, the smartest, the most wonderful. Because instead of getting drunk on Friday, they went for a run early on Saturday morning. It's Sunday today. Yes, it's Sunday. Really? It's Sunday already? Yep. Take two. That's it. Everyone. Guys, wait. I should introduce, this is Arsini. Arsini, the legendary Arsini, the man who got me into running. Do you remember what it was like a few years ago? You were great, as you are. You just didn't run at all. And now I've started running. I've also heard there's a lot of people chasing you. Just so you understand, Arsini is the man who runs not just marathons, he's run ultra marathons before. And one of them was in Thailand, right? Yeah, I ran the 100-miler in Chiang Mai. 166 kilometers. Yeah, it took me 29 hours. You've been running for 29 hours? Yeah. And if anyone asks how long it takes, it doesn't matter because it's all a blur after about 14 hours. Tell me about Phuket. I'm trying to figure it out. The differences between Phuket and Bali. And generally, which is cooler? Bali is like a mini country, a mini princedom, a mini kingdom with guaranteed agriculture, a huge number of rice fields. Phuket, on the other hand, feels more like a holiday district, so its economic conditions and history are different. But what else do we know? Here, just like in Bali, there is a sea, a very beautiful, clear sea, and the Andaman Bay, from which a beautiful wind comes periodically. And there's an annual regatta here that I used to attend, along with many Russians who would bring their racing yachts for these competitions. It's dedicated to the King of Thailand. The Phuket King's Cup is a great event. Right now, it's the best time to be here, the peak of the season, because of the monsoon that moves around Southeast Asia. The monsoon bucket is currently hitting Bali, causing rain. You're the first person I've heard use the term monsoon bucket. What's another way to call it? In winter, it's peak season in Phuket, and in summer, it's peak season in Bali. For example, if you come here in May, you'll face a lot of rain in Phuket, but Bali will be nice, sunny, and clear. Conversely, December is the best time to be in Phuket, so congratulations, you came at the right time. After the 80s and 90s, as Bali was discovered by hippies, who came there looking for waves, and a huge number of Germans came here, oddly enough. They settled here, often getting remarried for the second or third time. And those expats who came here initially, mostly from Central and Western Europe, adapted and found very caring wives. This is a very hospitable country in general. And expats were welcomed into the family. At least they were before. Gradually, they settled and brought more people. International tourists started coming en masse at the end of the 90s. I witnessed all of this. I was here for the first time in 2010. It was crazy here with the vodka and everything. But at a certain point, there's a village here, like Patong, that can match the craziness of the city called Pattaya. It also starts with a P, yes, Pattaya. It was madness. 24 hours of non-stop, high-level alcoholism. But I came here and continue to come back to this green, beautiful island. Great swimming here. You can train swimming, you can train cycling. There are several triathlons here. The food is marvelous, and it's reasonably priced. And yes, when it's off-season in Bali, you go to Phuket. We came to a decent place. Many think that Phuket is some obscure slum filled with advertising signs and chaos, but no. No, of course not. The island is gradually being groomed and transformed. Interesting places are being discovered. People are settling in. Settling in, yeah. In Russia, they say it's settling in. It's quite decent here, with supermarkets, some shops, and, of course, food. By the way, there's a leading grocery chain, Central, and you can go see how much food there is. Sounds good. Look, there's a lobster. American lobsters are 2,000 each. They sell them by the piece. Japanese oysters are 200. There's cheese, salmon, sausages, whatever you want. Look at all these curries, sauces, and instant noodle packs. Oh wow, look at how many there are. We could do a soup test and get 1 million views on YouTube. With women, with kids, with mushrooms. It's awesome. They sell rice in bags. There's so much stuff here. Look in my eyes, as if I'm in the shop for the first time. I love unusual things, even if they might not be tasty or healthy. Unusual tinned foods, I just want to buy them all. We should compare some prices. There's definitely pasta like this in Moscow. Here are 500 grams of spaghetti, cost 125 baht. You'll see their price in Russia and Moscow on the screen. Let's compare some more. Gherkins. A jar like this costs 250 per kilo. Here's their Moscow price. Well, everyone knows how much this costs. 285. Ferrero Rocher sweets, 16 pieces, cost 285 baht. Lay's chips. They have these chips in Russia too, right? I don't know. Has Lay's left Russia yet? Here you go. Lay's Classic, made in the USA. If you want free, democratic American Lay's, they cost 129 baht. And the same ones, but totalitarian and unfree, made, I understand, somewhere else, cost 59 baht for 158 grams. Well, there are no democratic Lays in Russia, so we have nothing to compare. Original Pringles cost 96 baht. I think that's 102 grams if I've got it right. Watermelon is incredibly tasty and is 59 baht per kilo, 45 baht per kilo. Papaya 99 baht per kilo. This kind of papaya is 129. Pineapples are 55 per kilo. This is the Thai durian, the king of all fruits in Thailand, the favorite of the Thai people and most expats. But you can't eat it in the shop, you can't bring it to your hotel, and if possible, you shouldn't bring it home, unless you want to get new emotions from the smell. And this is what a local laundromat looks like. Yes, the thing is, in some condominiums, or some small flats or houses, there is simply no washing machine. It's just not installed there. That's why such services are very popular. They are also beginning to get more organized and developed. Yeah, it looks so stylish and efficient. I think it's 40 baht. Yeah, 40 baht per kilo. And so these guys do your laundry or not? Yeah. So you leave it here and they do your laundry. You don't have to wait. Sometimes you can also order ironing. They'll pack it into the bags and you just come and take them. You bring them a basket and they can take care of it from there. It's very convenient, yeah. I've seen a lot of laundries like this, and this is the most stylish in my rating. Usually laundromats are so dingy and dirty with old machines, but here everything is trendy and stylish, and guys even wash everything for you. That is such a Thai service. According to the Thai Anti-Narcotics Act of 1979, marijuana in Thailand is classified as a Class 5 narcotic drug. In this group are light narcotics. The class or category determines not only the harm caused to the body, but also the severity of the punishment. For cultivation, possession, and use of marijuana, one could receive a fine of 200,000 to 2 million rubles and a year in prison. In 2018, the use of marijuana for medical purposes was legalized. And since June this year, it has been fully legalized. If you haven't been to Thailand in the last 6 months, you'll be surprised at the number of coffee shops. They are almost on every street corner. I talked to the owner of such a boutique about the specifics of the new Thai business. Tell me where we are. We're at the cannabis boutique. Describe who your client is. Who comes here? Different people, not just young people and 30 to 40-year-olds. Also older people. They come here too. People come in, look around, ask questions. Some trying it for the first time, some have tried it before. Drugs are horrible. They're bad for you. And we are here to explain to people how bad it all is. Yeah, that's our big mission. To give knowledge, educate people about cannabis. Do you grow what you sell yourself or do you buy it from somewhere? At the moment we have suppliers. Everything is grown in Thailand. Are there any restrictions in terms of use? Can I smoke anywhere or is it only in special places? Firstly, you have to be 20 or older. Do you check everyone's ID? No, we just don't let kids in. Look how it all works here. Thailand legalized it but didn't write the rules. They don't regulate it. Accordingly, you do what you want. It's clear that you can't behave carelessly and smoke around children or Arabs because they might call and complain about the smell. And police will come to talk, but it's not spelled out that you can't. In public areas, in cafes, you can't smoke. That's a new rule. So if someone smokes on the beach, there's no problem? On the beach, if it's quiet and calm and you're not bothering anyone, then yes. Someone told me that the stuff grown here is also sold over into the US. Or are they planning to sell it there? Can you repeat? In the United States? Sorry,
I can tell you something about the market here in English, but for me it will be more easy. The problem is when they legalized cannabis, there was a lot of people, they want to smoke it, but there was no cannabis here to this island or into Thailand, so they start to import it from USA here. But usually it's totally forbidden and illegal to import here cannabis. But I would say 50-60% of all the weed is imported from USA at the moment. Till everybody or till more facilities want to build up or get built up, then things gonna change. But at the moment it's a little bit wild west here in Thailand. But they will regulate it soon.
What's the difference between German market and local market?
At the moment in Germany, the cannabis is just for medical users.
So you have to, you need prescription to buy.
In Germany, you go to the doctor, get a prescription, and after that you go to usual pharmacies and get your cannabis. But at the moment they are sitting on the legalization, so I think soon, next year maybe, there will be the legalization in Germany as well. But a controlled one, not like here. The prices at the moment here in Thailand, I could say it's the most expensive prices I've seen in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's an interesting story, guys. We came to a place where people play pool, and they don't just play pool. Well, there are regular billiards, and then there are laundry rooms combined with billiard rooms. I've never seen that before, but now I realize it's cool. While you're doing your laundry, you can play pool. In Phuket, I met a local polyglot. He invited us to visit, cooked dinner for us, showed us his house, and told us about life on the island. This is Burmese curry. Burmese curry, yes, right. It smells amazing. Okay, wait, sit down. Tell me, where are you from? How do you know Russian? Where am I from? I'm from Burma. I've been there. You've been there? Of course, of course. How do you know Russian? Russian, actually, I just socialized with Russians. And I worked as a waiter in a restaurant, and I learned it by accident. How many languages do you know? I know about 5 languages. Mon, Burmese, English, Russian, and Thai. That's amazing. So now you live here in Phuket? Yeah. Senya, come here. He knows Singaporean. Arsini.
Talk to me like English, eh?
Okay la.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Take a seat.
We got rice here. Rice is a must. I don't eat much Thai food here. And that's why I make my Burmese food all the time. I mean, Burmese cuisine is a little bit half Chinese, half Indian. So what about Thai food? Thai food is spicy. Burmese cuisine is a bit... And you've said Thai food is spicy? It's Burmese spicy. You've said Thai is spicy, and Burmese too. But you said Thai food is spicy. It's spicier than Burmese. Why Phuket? What do you like about Phuket? There are lots of Burmese here. How come there are so many Burmese here? Because we have a poor country, to be honest. And everyone came here to work. They do construction work. There are lots of Burmese working on construction sites. How much do you get paid at home when you work on a construction site? In Burma, it's about 5,000 kyat. That's 150 baht a day. 150 baht a day. So you can make $100 a month. Around that, that's why people come here. It's better here, you get 500 baht a day. But in Phuket, the Burmese work, and for them, it is a lot. So we have this mentality. We work on construction sites. We send this money to our parents in Burma every month. When you worked in a restaurant, how much did you get? When I worked in a restaurant, I got about 15,000 baht, same as 500 baht a day. 15,000 a day, 15,000 baht a month. Ah, a month, yes. But then you work with food and you learn Russian along the way. I like Phuket because after learning Russian, I realized that there are lots of Russians here. So I like to communicate with Russians in particular. If there were no Russians here, I would be in Burma working, living with my mom. So you're only living in Phuket because of the Russians? Yep, I want to open my own restaurant here. Burmese food and Russian food at the same time. Wait, stop. What kind of Russian food can you cook? I don't cook anything Russian. To be honest, I don't like Russian cuisine at all. I can't eat it. I tried okroshnya once. After that, I didn't like it. With kvass or kefir? With kvass. You've been cheated. It's better with kefir. When I eat Russian cuisine, I feel like I'm eating boiling water. Herring under a fur coat? That wasn't nice at all. It needs to be -10 outside to try all this. Oh, I really want to touch the snow. You've never touched snow? I've never seen snow. You can eat the snow in Russia, can't you? Well, you can't eat yellow snow. Yellow snow? Yes, but in general, snow, if it's clean, white, fresh, you can eat it. When I'm sleeping, I always have this dream, right? I have a dream like I'm playing in the snow, with snow. But when I woke up, I wasn't in Russia yet. I mean, I get that a lot. Let's think about it. We've got a globe, right? Canada? I just thought of Canada too. High five. Dear subscribers of Ilya in Canada, invite him in. You'll have a delicious meal, and the man will finally see snow. If you're an entrepreneur at heart and you want to discover new facets to the restaurant, please, Burmese cuisine with a Russian twist. What Russian songs do you know? I'm jerking off alone in the evening. Who taught you this? Can you sing what you just said again? I'm jerking off by myself tonight. I'm jerking off? I'm jerking off alone? Do you know what that means? In the song it said braju, which is when you stroll. And drachu is when you masturbate. Masturbate? Yeah. Some bad Russians taught you the wrong way to sing a good song. It's braju. I'm sure it was Russian tourists. There are some assholes who really bully and teach bad things. It's horrible. This man is singing with all sincerity, all heart. Never do that. How do Russians differ, not girls, but Russians in general, from Burmese? I only know Russians who come to Phuket. Like, they're the best. Creme de la creme. Yeah, they come to Phuket, they're very happy. They're going out, calling me to come too, having a drink, like, let's go, bro. They sometimes even waited for me to finish work. I mean, they were like, yeah, let's go. It's interesting with you. I mean, I was drinking with Russians until 6 a.m. and the next day you work at 9 o'clock. But don't Burmese do that? No, Burmese don't do that. Burmese like to work very much. That's why they work in construction. They're very diligent. They like to work hard. And what else? The Russian language. When you speak Russian, it's very cool to me. Asian language, Burmese language, Thai language. When a man speaks Asian, it's not very manly. I mean, Russian men, when they speak Russian, they're like, hey bro, what's up? How are you doing? It's the best thing I've ever heard. I love it. And an Asian man, an athlete, and they talk like that, I don't like it very much. So I think Russian is a very cool language. You've done more for the promotion of the Russian language in these 20 minutes than our entire Ministry of Culture and all the rest of these departments. And more than Varlamov in a lifetime. You are now just getting to the level of Dostoevsky and Pushkin in terms of popularizing Russian. What don't you like about Russians? What don't I like? Russians themselves? No. Russians are... This is not for the camera. They're very smart people. It's fine, we won't take offense. Russians are smart? Why are they smart? Because Russians came to Phuket. Even the first time they came to Phuket, they already know how stuff works, like investment properties, doing whatever they can. And the Burmese don't. We're afraid. We come here. It's arrogance. Arrogance, that's arrogance, I guess. Because they come in, they want to do something. Yeah, they want to do something. And the Russians, for them, today I earn 1,000 baht, and tomorrow 3,000. They always want more and more. And the Burmese are very fond of the comfort zone. 500 baht? Okay, 500 baht then, no big deal. It'll be 500 baht forever. This is what you like? Yeah, I like it a lot. What's not to like about Russians? There's very little I don't like. I don't like it, for example, when Russians go into a 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven is a Thai shop, like Russian Petroishka. They walk in and go, "Sorry, give me please." Don't you get me? That's what it's like. So when they're aggressive, I totally agree with you. Like, for example, you don't understand? Here, Samsung 7, stupid. That's what I don't like. When I'm standing next to them, I can hear it, and it's very uncomfortable. A girl and a man arrived on a bike. They came to the Super Cheap. We also have a store called Super Cheap. It's like a very cheap shop. That's why it's called Super Cheap. And the girl there said, like, "This shop really stinks." And her husband said, "You shouldn't say that, because if someone understands Russian, it won't be nice." And she said, "No one understands Russian here." And I turn around and go, "I understand." Well done, high five. And what else I don't like is when I work in a restaurant, and when I'm always smiling, then I'll always bring a menu. And they're like, "Why is he smiling at me all the time? What, is he nuts?" Well, kind of like that. Oh my God, it's like that too. I didn't realize. All the vices of Russian tourists. You know, vices, what are they? I hope after this video, people will stop behaving like that. What else don't you like? In Thailand, in Burma, when we are strangers, we say brother. It's like kind of respectful when you call someone brother. There are some Russians, when I say brother, they don't like it. "You're not my brother, why do you call me brother?" It's just that we call people brother. According to Buddhist tradition, I cannot call a person, for example, Ilya, because he is older, because maybe he is older than me. And you have to say brother Ilya first. Here we have in Thailand and Burma. And when we are good friends, that is no longer brother. A brother is a stranger, sort of. It's the opposite for us. Yes, it's when we're friends. In Russia, when you are very close or a very good friend, you call them brother. Together with our new friend, we decided to go to the center of Phuket and see the city through his eyes. Tell me what's on sale about the food.
อันนี้คืออะไรครับ
About the food? This is like sausage and fish. Fish sausage? Fish sausage, it's delicious. It's delicious. Let's try it? No, we have to try everything. We have to try everything? Yeah.
สแกนได้ใช่ไหม
You
ครั
can
บ
pay by scanning this thing. It's some kind of payment system, right? Yeah. Thai dumplings. How are they different from Japanese dumplings? From Korean dumplings, right? I see how they're different from Russian ones, but they're basically the same. They look like Korean dumplings. They do, yeah. So the dumplings aren't really Thai food. That's just what they sell here. They're just selling Japanese food. Gyozas, or what are they called? Yeah, gyoza. This is how they eat. She's very good, and she sings well. She's very popular in Phuket. How much does she make in an evening? A lot, yeah? 10,000 baht or so, maybe 15,000. Listen, well, actually these kids, they have some kids on the street here who sing very badly, play very badly because they are children. They get money. Who, this one? Yeah, she plays badly. Ah, plays badly? Yeah, maybe. I may not know anything about playing guitar, but it's just so entry level. 2-3 years she's been practicing, and that's how it came out. Nothing about it is surprising. We're in the Burmese neighborhood. Everything is closed. Burmese don't work at night. They don't work at night because they sleep. They're eating, look, they're eating. Eating, yeah, they're Burmese. Burmese sell gold, guys. They sell gold? Yeah. Do you have any gold, brother? Do you have gold? Just this here. You wanted to say something. Why is it quiet? Because the Burmese wake up very early. They start working at 5 a.m. It's our mentality. Except for I. Except for I? It's except me. Except me, yeah. You're Thai now. No, I'm not Thai. I'm Russian. You're Russian? So Russians like to sleep? Yeah. Why are there so many wires? Because they're lazy. They don't want to tidy them up. Because, well, sabai. Come on, let's go to sleep. Do you know what lemongrass is? Yeah, of course I do. Yes? Have you tried eating lemongrass in Tom Yum? Yeah. Wow. Have you tried green mango? It's like an apple. It looks like it's an apple. You tried that too? Yes. See, you wanted to surprise me, but no, I've tasted everything. Every holiday maker has their own answer to why Phuket is the perfect place. Some talk about diving, others talk about nature and beaches. I decided to ask the Thais about it.
So you
We are inviting people to visit Phuket. Why?
And why?
What is the difference between Phuket and other Thai provinces? Why is Phuket the best place in Thailand? There are no places in Thailand like Phuket. Phuket is unique. In terms of the sea is crystal clear. White sandy beaches, clean fresh air, and on top of that, mountains and waterfalls. Everything in the world is in Phuket. Suppose you go on holiday to other places like Chai Hat, Bang Sen, or other locations. There you may only get the beach and seawater. But if you go to Phuket, you will get much more. Also, on top of all this are the locals of Phuket. They have a good-natured temperament, which is different from the residents of the far corners of Thailand. In addition, we are organized to provide good service. In the future, almost all of us, almost every municipality, and all organizations will use such technology to make it more convenient and easier for tourists. Most tourists here are from Russia. Are there any problems between locals and Russians or other foreign tourists due to the difference in cultures?
Because of the culture difference.
Not at the moment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now let's see how typical Thais live. Not the richest, but not the poorest. This is Kun Som. She's going to show us how she lives. This is middle class? Yeah, it's not the typical Thai people living like this. 40% of Thais live like this. They have a luxury pool. Can you show us your house? Do you like to cook? Yes, I love it. I cook every day. What do you like to cook? Thai food. TVs in Thailand are an object of special attention. In any family, it is very important to have a TV. Not to watch some political agenda, but solely to watch TV series. Local series. Thais love them very much. They can watch 10, 15 TV series at the same time and know what is going on in each of them. And of course, they'll discuss it in the evening, sitting in the pool. Look here, they have a picture of the king and queen. That's Queen Sirikit and the previous king of Thailand. It is compulsory for every home to have a picture of the king. So this is the previous king? Yes, the previous one. Why do they have the previous one and not the current one? Well, the thing is that, firstly, Kun Som's generation is a more mature generation that has lived their entire lives under the rule of the previous monarch. And that's why they have a special connection. So it's like if you go to Granny's house and she has a portrait of Lenin. It's a complicated question, of course, and not comparable. So like Yeltsin. No, it's like the longest running monarch in history. He's almost like a relative. They love him very sincerely, from the bottom of their hearts. No one makes you do that at home. No one forces you to, no. So she just wants to have the king in the most prominent place. Yes. What's that picture? That's actually a princess. Their daughter, their eldest daughter. And she's getting a diploma. In higher education, when you get a diploma, all students who studied very well have the opportunity to get a picture like this. Not everyone has it anymore. If you have a photo like this at home, it means you have a high status. It's practically a state award. Well, a diploma, a graduation certificate. This is an altar with a figure of Buddha. It is obligatory for those who practice Buddhism to have this at home. Every day, every few days, it is set up with flowers, candles, and bananas. We have now come to the police station because it is interesting to find out how the police work here. In Russia, it's simple. If you see a policeman, cross the other side of the road. What's it like in Thailand? The first thing to realize is that in Thailand, the police are not a punitive body. The main task of the police here is to maintain law and order and respect the rights of citizens. And there are two sides to the Thai policeman. As long as you have not committed any offense, and at the point which you've committed an offense, until you have committed an offense, a policeman is extremely respectful to absolutely anyone. They never raise their voice, they never use excessive force or ferocious violence. But that's as long as you've not done anything wrong. What does being hard mean in their terms? Well, no one's going to hit anyone, that's for sure. But they cannot feed you on time, for example. It's a slightly different legal system. They don't have to prove you're guilty. You're the one who has to prove that you're not guilty. There is no presumption of innocence here in Thailand. Wait, hang on. It's raining tropical Thai rain. Let me explain it this way, so that we don't have to get too deep into legal details. Just know that without any suspicion or appeal, a person won't be detained at all. Many Russian guys who have been living here for a long time say that in case of any conflict, any controversial point, will always be in favor of the local. A disputed road traffic accident, for example. That's what I was going to say. Look, you have an accident, something happens, the police come. The first thing they ask the foreigner is if they have a driving license. A Thai driving license, especially if they've been here for a long time. If they don't have one, the situation is immediately interpreted in favor of the local. A Russian driving license is valid here if you're a tourist. A tourist means a person who has come on a tourist visa. If you actually have insurance, you have a license, you behave diplomatically and normally, you don't start shouting at the police or insulting them, even if a local resident drives into you, everything will be dealt with fairly. We are now at the police station, and in any state institution, there are lots of portraits of the king. And since today is Father's Day, there are also portraits of the previous king. It's all very beautiful. What else is unusual that I haven't seen in any other police station in the world? There is a map at the entrance, a map of this police station, where the prison is marked, and it is labeled with a man behind bars, to make it clear to everyone. There are also detailed infographics here, where the entire leadership of the local Ministry of Internal Affairs is listed, with portraits, positions, names, and ranks. That is, you can immediately find out who is who. And this is very cool, because again, I have not seen anything like this anywhere else. It's all very unusual and nice. But it seems to me that all the niceness ends at the moment when you break the law and end up in a Thai prison. Because those guys who have been there don't remember it so fondly anymore. We had a list of questions, or rather, things we wanted to talk about. I jotted down some simple questions. What is the crime situation? What kind of crimes are committed by tourists? Maybe some unusual laws? What are the penalties? How should you behave, and so on? But the guys took it all very seriously. They must have called the press office, and it's a holiday. They got me the answers, they printed them out, and the guy who's about to speak with us, he's really nervous. To make sure he doesn't say anything unnecessary, he's had his responses printed out. The interpreter will be holding them, and we'll pretend it's just a casual chat. Next step, the bosses need to confirm if he looks normal next to me. I'm just standing here like a clueless tourist. He's polished every button because, well, he's the face of the Phuket police. This is serious stuff.
My first question, what is the crime situation now in Phuket?
Hi there. When the COVID-19 epidemic was at its peak, and now that it's declined, we've been ready to take care of tourists. Our police force uses advanced technology, like monitoring traffic conditions to reduce congestion at major intersections with heavy traffic. We also utilize CCTV cameras from both public and private sectors, all linked to a central control center. covering areas to prevent crimes or investigate incidents. This also helps us survey flooded areas, awaiting drainage, where vehicles can't pass, to inform drivers about road conditions.
What tourists doing wrong on Phuket?
For tourists, I'd like to advise those arriving in Phuket province for their first holiday in Thailand to obey traffic rules. For instance, if you're riding a motorcycle, always wear your helmet, both as the driver and the passenger. And whether driving a motorcycle or car, make sure you have a valid driver's license. And don't exceed the speed limit set by law. If you encounter any problems or need assistance, we have tourist police available by dialing the emergency number 1155. It's operational 24/7. This means we're prepared to assist and welcome travelers to Phuket province.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Our guest Dennis arrived in Phuket before the COVID-19 outbreak and travel restrictions. He used to reside in Bali, but now has relocated to Thailand. I asked him why Phuket was more appealing to him. You've moved here from Bali, and now you're in Phuket. Can you share the differences? I came here from Bali for a week's vacation with a backpack and my shorts on, and ended up staying longer due to COVID-19. The difference? Well, it's mainly about the vibe and the people. Interesting. In Bali, it's all about spirituality. I gave up meat there, started meditating, engaging in different practices, and meeting people from different walks of life. Here it's more about work, money, and partying. I'd say there's a focus on alcohol and casual connections here. Phuket is more materialistic, more grounded. Bali, on the other hand, is more spiritual, more ethereal, you could say. By the way, I noticed something from the videos. In Bali, people ride their scooters without helmets, often in a state of alcohol or drug intoxication, believing they're under the protection of spirits due to karma. But usually they ride like that until they collide with the first truck or run a red light, and then they end up in the hospital. Here, people, though more materialistic, are also more safety conscious and follow traffic rules diligently. And don't forget about the safety rules. That's true. What else? Traffic, of course. Back in Bali, around 2018-2019, it was nearly impossible to get around. Those I've talked to about this are quite shocked by this. You could spend hours trying to cover 5 kilometers. It's much easier and more efficient here. The infrastructure is more developed, so you just hop in your car and go. Although compared to COVID times, there's a big increase in tourist traffic now. Distances that used to take 15-20 minutes can now take up to an hour. But still, it's much more comfortable, especially if you're traveling by car. Personally, I prefer the lush greenery and nature of Bali. Bali is truly something out of this world. Like Ubud or the northern regions of Singaraja, even the greenery seems greener here than in Phuket. Thailand's economy ranks second in Southeast Asia after Indonesia. Now, regarding how to register and operate a business in Phuket, from a local bureaucracy standpoint, it's quite manageable. It typically takes 3 to 6 months to obtain all the necessary permits. You can expedite these processes, but it comes with an additional cost. While you can legally operate yourself, you're required to employ Thai staff, so you need to have 4 Thai employees for every director, and you're responsible for paying taxes. When you say 4 Thais per director, do you mean 4 Thai employees for each employee? 4 Thais per 1 director. And what about regular employees? Do you have any? Managers or secretaries, can they be non-Thai? No, all must be Thai. Oh, so they're Thai. And what about their work ethic? It's difficult. It took me a year to find individuals I could trust in key positions. Thai employees have a sabai. I've pondered about it for quite some time. Perhaps it's because food is always plentiful, or maybe because they don't have winter. There's no need to worry about cold weather and stocking up. No winter at all. They don't even have a word for hunger in their vocabulary. Food is so abundant, it practically grows on trees. Even if you're not working, you won't go hungry. If you're looking for dedicated workers, Burmese are your best bet. And what about salaries here? The minimum wage is 12,000 baht per month. How much do they really ask for? It varies around 20, 25, or 35, depending on the position. What about taxes? We pay taxes. Of course you do. Are they big? If your turnover exceeds 2 million, you'll be paying around 7% on that. There are also monthly and yearly audit fees. That's another $500. And company maintenance starting from $150 a month. Hey, do Russians come here and engage in any business activities? Or do they just earn elsewhere and live here? Well, if they're freelancers who come seasonally, like photographers, videographers, or those doing interviews, they typically work here without formal documentation. However, there is a high risk of being caught in a raid. I've heard numerous stories about villa raids and undocumented photographers getting apprehended on beaches. Those aiming for substantial earnings often opt for proper documentation. It's a good investment. Bali has seen instances where our compatriots get into trouble and face deportation. What should one avoid doing here in Phuket to stay out of trouble with the police and avoid being kicked out? What offends ties directly? Under no circumstances should you engage in conflicts with them. This is their country, they're always right. So, absolutely no violence, no fights. Any altercation could lead to significant consequences, including imprisonment or deportation. I've heard a lot of stories about car accidents, that there's this type of Thai that even if you're in the right, other Thais tend to side with them. I've witnessed such situations. Recently, there was a case of a foreigner who posted a photo on Instagram with a fish he caught near the coral reefs, causing an uproar, leading to his eventual deportation. How much does this villa cost? I was offered a special rate as I've been here for 3 years. Currently, it's 120,000 baht per month. This includes access to a pool, private parking, a gym, and regular cleaning services. The pool is cleaned daily, and general security too. Is this considered good? It's a standard villa. Good ones cost 250,000 or more. They're usually in the Bantao district. And what about cryptocurrency? How prevalent is it here, and is it legal? There are exchanges available, similar to those in Indonesia. In Indonesia, there are exchanges, particularly Bali. It's legal. You can register through local Indonesian exchanges, linking your account and starting trading almost instantly. There's also a Thai exchange called Bitcoop. Registration requires lots of documents, and within a couple of months, you'll be able to trade with a Thai card, enabling easy money transfers, instant deposits, and withdrawals. What about security? Again, if we compare it to Bali, where security is about 20%, here it's around 99%. I've experienced firsthand the difference in safety standards. My villa was vandalized there, despite being guarded, by an ex-police officer. But still they took my laptop, stole money from me, and I've heard similar stories from others. Additionally, tourists need to be cautious, as there have been cases of phone thefts. When you're going in different directions as a tourist, you're checking GPS, and they just grab your phone off you, sometimes resulting in physical altercations, when they kick you out off your seat with their foot, and you fall off your bike into the pit hole. Here, this doesn't happen. What's the difference between living here and holidaying? When you're on holiday, you're here to relax, but when you're living here, what you eat differs. And if you compare prices to Russia, it's definitely better here, especially in terms of fresh produce and greens. Yes, lots of greens. Fruits as well. There's lots of fruits, and they're all incredibly healthy. As for meat, it's also plentiful, usually bought fresh from the market. The prices are lower, but more importantly, the quality is outstanding. What about entertainment? There's many fitness centers. There are trendy cafes and restaurants catering to every taste. Whatever you want, they'll have it. There's even a vibrant club scene, although I haven't explored it yet. Regarding interactions with authorities, you've said you've enrolled your child into school. How does that work? What type of visa do you have? How does bureaucracy work? Bureaucracy is pretty simple but strict. You need a visa, of course. When I first settled here, I obtained a student visa. You attend language school. So you're learning Thai. No, you get to choose between English and Thai. If you enroll your child in school, one parent can get a visa as the guardian. For 2 children, both parents can obtain visas. What's the process to enroll in school? No special requirements. How much is it? On average, it's around 300,000 baht for a comprehensive package. It's not cheap. Well, yeah, but many opt for online education, especially those following the Russian curriculum. They just live here then. Did you have any unpleasant experiences or incidents? Honestly, nothing significant to report. No one will believe us. Seriously, but generally. As long as you respect the locals, they respect you in return. So, you follow the rules, drive carefully, greet people, say please and thank you, smile at people, and then it's all good. By the way, this is a traditional Thai boat. They're everywhere, in Bangkok and here, but the difference is that here, the engine is exposed. You can see oil, petrol, and other liquids spilling out. There's a guy smoking next to it all. And there's a long pole with a propeller attached to it. This setup allows for more maneuverability, adjusting the boat's position based on the river's depth, or the creek it navigates. You can regulate it all, up or down. In our case, the boat we're in now, it's just a typical fishing boat. Alunya moved to Phuket with her 7-year-old son, who now attends an international school. According to her, all his classmates are Russian, despite the teaching being in English. Communication among students still happens in Russian. So Nikita, how's school treating you? It's alright. Just alright. Wait, what language is instruction in? Russian? In Russian? Hold on, now we're getting a different story. Be honest now, don't look at mom. What language do they teach in? In English. Didn't you say Russian before? In English and Russian. Okay, English and Russian. So how's your English? It's okay? Yeah, alright. Making progress? A bit. Where are your classmates from? My classmates? Well, Platon, he's in 1st grade just like me. How many students are in your class? I remember there are 10 of us now. Made any friends yet? Yeah, I'm friends with Platon. Platon? Is he cool? Yeah, Platon. Sounds like he's from a decent family. Good choice in friends. How are you finding Thailand? It's okay. I was here when I was little. What don't you like about Thailand? What I don't like in Thailand is... Okay, I'm counting. That Valya doesn't study. Oh, that's your friend? You don't study? She doesn't study much, and then she does a little. Alright, what else don't you like? There's one thing. I don't like when Anton annoys me. Alright, Anton's getting on your nerves. Anything else? Well, now, Anton's friends with Platon. Anton's friends with Platon. Do you like the country with the palm trees, sea, and monkeys? I like it, but I don't like angry monkeys at all. Aren't you missing the snow? Yeah, I miss it sometimes. So snow's better, right? Yeah, especially when it's minus 50. Yeah. Alright, spill the beans. We're walking along the road now. Yeah, on the road because there are no sidewalks. Absolutely. How do Thais manage without sidewalks? It just doesn't seem right. From a young age, Thais start getting around on some form of transportation, especially two-wheelers. I thought you'd say those who aren't used to it simply don't survive. Wow, check this out. Kids are being taken around in this metal thing. This, by the way, is a very interesting setup. They fashion homemade contraptions out of regular mopeds, creating these wide motorcycles. So their stroller is welded together from some reinforcement bars. with just a flat surface where the kids just play, like in a living room. And meanwhile, there's a mom just cruising around on that moped. That's one example. There are also mobile cafes and restaurants with gas cylinders and cookers where people cook on the go. Come on, Saroja, get moving, don't worry about it. Step onto the road. I'm really worried for Saroja. So this is the most Russian area of Phuket. The Russian tourist hub of Phuket, yeah. Our staff can speak Russian, but they're not willing to. It's like somewhere in Anapa when you're heading to the beach. Yeah, but now you'll see the difference. Here you can't build anything right on the beach at all. So the beach will be clean? The beach will be clean. What's more, in Thailand, you can't buy beachfront land for any kind of ownership. It all belongs to the state, the kingdom. And most importantly, everyone must have access to the beach. It can't be restricted or blocked. So there's no private beaches, none. There are hotel beaches, as the hotels claim. They have their own beach, but that doesn't mean the beach belongs to the hotel. And there it is, the famous Karon Beach. Another thing to note, as you've mentioned, there's not much space to stroll around here. In the evenings after the sunset, people enjoy walking back and forth here. But as we see, the beach is now starting to fill up with people, which is great. By the way, there are no waves. They've disappeared. From May to October, somewhere on this side of the Andaman Sea, there's a very strong wave, and it's uncomfortable to swim here. But not anymore. Phuket is also a favorite destination for divers. It's not just tourists from Russia who come here for a dip. In Phuket, there are many divers from neighboring countries to Thailand, as well as from Australia. And of course, I couldn't resist the temptation and decided to dive too. Tell us about when you first came here. To be precise, I arrived here on the 10th of October 2011 with the intention to live and work here. Why Phuket? I visited here for the first time as a tourist, and I immediately fell in love with it. I guess I was lucky. I arrived here on New Year's Eve. The Thai holiday was incredibly cool, with everyone getting doused with water and splashed. I fell in love with the place from the first moments. And then it just so happened that I went diving at Coral Island and realized it was really cool. And since then you've been diving here, living here, traveling elsewhere. Haven't you tried Bali? Yes, I have. What's the difference between Phuket and Bali? A lot of things. The roads, the people. It's a completely different vibe. Nature, everything. In fact, everything is different. What's not to like? Now it's probably not like that for me anymore because I have a work visa, a company, everything. I guess I didn't like the visa regime before because I had to check in all the time, renew some visas. But in everything else, the roads, the cuisine, and the people are very responsive. Tell me more about diving in Phuket and in Asia in general. A frog praises its swamp. Well, in general, I think that diving in Phuket offers very cool dive sites, a great pastime, and an amazing way to spend your holidays and vacations diving, because there's just so much to see. We have numerous programs for all skill levels, from beginners to experienced divers. I've dived in Malaysia, I've dived in Sipadan, and in Burma, among other places. There's really something to see here. It's very beautiful. In Russia, people tend to go to Egypt mainly because it's close. I believe that it's somewhat of a misconception to think that Egypt is the best place for diving, that it's some sort of diving mecca. While it's beautiful there, our dive sites in Thailand are just stunning. Diving in Egypt feels like diving in an aquarium, while diving in Thailand is always an adventure. And how much does it cost? The beginner's program currently costs $115. This includes 2 dives, and for more experienced divers, there's an option for 3 dives. So it's $115 per hour? No, for the full program. Ah, the full program, yeah. Does it include equipment rental? Yes, of course. This also includes instructor's fee. Beginners pay $115 and receive everything they need for the dive, including mask and flippers, everything. Transportation and meals are also included. Diving is an excursion that doesn't depend on weather conditions. Even if it's a bit of rain, it's often better to go diving than to stay in a hotel. Tell us, we're heading to one of the coolest dive sites on the program, Koh Dok Mai Island, also known as Flower Island in Thai. It's an island with caves. Our first stop today is the wonderful Bida Nok Island, part of the PP archipelago and the southernmost island in the group. Yeah, smell it. It's like mountain air. Laughing gas. Inhale, exhale. A good diver is a lazy diver. Moving too quickly underwater can deplete your air supply. The place we're heading to is a habitat for black-tip reef sharks. If we're fortunate enough to spot one today, I'll give you this signal. It's the shark signal. We've seen a shark. We saw one like that. The first art schools didn't appear in Thailand until the early 20th century. That's because for many centuries, Thais didn't have the tradition of painting on canvas. They focused mainly on painting temples and monasteries. This tradition has influenced modern Thai art, which features fantastical themes, abstractions, and symbolism. In Phuket, there's an artist village, and the name speaks for itself. I met the founder of this village and learned about the lifestyle there and what it represents.
It's interesting to know the history of this place.
We was here about 12 years ago.
12 years.
Yeah, before it's about like a banana leaf garden. And then he got his contact with the landlords here. It's some luck he found this. And then after that, we start to build this. We start to make the art community.
Because first time, everyone, they have different studio. They live separate. Maybe 14 years ago. After that, we keep talking about very good if we have some place and we can live together. We run same art village like this. But good luck, we found this 12 years ago.
Yeah, a year ago.
But everything when we do that, we do quite slow because we don't have anyone or any support us, We want to share money together and building. That's why we use a lot of recycled material. I think 50 or 60% we use recycled material. Until some artists, they use recycle or rubbish from the beach to make the artwork.
And what about artists? Are they local or foreign?
Local. And then in the future, we looking for like a residency for the artists that in the future. And now it's just local. It's not from here. From countryside. Yeah, he from Krabi. I from the north.
We moved to Phuket because in Thailand, I think for you want to do something like it, not much place, you can do that maybe in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, or Phuket. Not much place, because that you want somewhere about have tourists. But when I moved to Phuket nearly 15 or 16 years ago, people do copy. But for us, we do original. Not easy for sale.
Can you maybe show some galleries?
Okay.
This studio belong to Niran. His name Niran.
Niran.
When I met him, they run another village over there. Because before they have another village, not far from here. Niran, they run with his friend and Pui also. He do painting and he use lots of material from recycled material from the beach.
So he collects some all the stuff from the beach and
From the beach.
make art from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally in low season, you know, because not much
I see.
tourists, yeah, a lot of rabbits.
It look like the market for us to collect the thing, you know. And my work is hold the building. I collect for the beat for like 3 years. It's from like the broken board, and I collect the timber. So I building for 5 years, correct, and then building. That's why slowly inside will be like this. It's new, and this is like a charity shops for like a second hand.
Everyone, you know, they
correct.
can rob some
Yeah.
stuff. Some people maybe they live here for short time, and when they move back,
Yeah.
they have some stuff,
Yeah.
and they keep it for them, and they sell that and take money to help the kids. We use
Right.
this space to have we call it Happy Friday. I mean, people come relax, bring food, and the kids run around, and we have someone come to play music. This is my studio,
This is your painting.
my space. Work in here also, but because my home not far from here, and have more space. Because when I do my work, I mean, you know, make color everywhere, and that means I think in here normally just to show my work.
And as you said, there is only several places in Thailand where for artists. So it's Bangkok, Phuket. So what the reason? Why Phuket?
I think Phuket is great for sale, you know. It's good for art because they not look for only like who working for artwork. I think they look for only art. Is not look for the person. I mean, and artwork can explain them for that. That's why this is for me, you know. Why I should Phuket here.
In Bangkok, you know, when you want to present your work, you want to have exhibition, and not forget 16 years ago no social media. Maybe same Pui said, because when you open gallery, you want to make money, you want to sell that. And for me, because my hometown in Krabi, you know, not far from Phuket, that's my reason. I think the reason why I should Phuket. I hope you understand what we do.
Yeah, really interesting.
It's perhaps a rare place where everyone likes everything. Sure, there are issues with urban development, transport, even pavements, but overall, civilization's catching up, and in maybe 5 years, the island will change for the better. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It'll help promote the video further. Also, share it on Reddit and send the link to others on WhatsApp.